It's 7 o'clock. I tried to hit the dot. Like literally. That requires a mouse. Hi everyone. Happy Wednesday, hump day, happy day, midday week. What else? Just Wednesday. Just Wednesday. Hey y'all. All right, so it sounds like you're live. Sounds like you're live. All right. We are on Facebook and YouTube. Blessed be. All right, there we go. Look at me doing the same thing. Right. All right, it's got to be your mom is watching. She's always number one. She's on there. I see her. It says Tina and Uncle Charles is watching. Yes. Hey, Uncle Charles. Oh, it's a delay. All right, you're on YouTube?
No, I'm looking at it from me on here. So I'm not on there as YouTube.
I see. I see. Yeah. There you go. Yep, she's on here. She's on here.
Hey, Mama.
Hey. So, are you on YouTube or no? Not yet. All right, perfect. I was getting ready to get on there too. So, hello, happy Wednesday. It's family hour. Looks like our family has holding us down as usual. Yeah. YouTube on now. All right, perfect. You are on YouTube now? All right, sweet. We're on. All right, we're on. And we're on. Let me turn it down. All right. We got to remember to do that. Eli?
Thank you. I love Mama Brad too. She's so cute.
I know. She rides really nicely too. So I was lucky enough to get one of the first rides in it. When you called and I was already out and about and I was just like, I could tell you just wanted to. So I was like, let me get home so she can come and get me so we can do this thing. And so we did that thing. Because that's what friends are for. Yeah. How is everyone doing today? We just want to kind of catch up with the week. We I guess one day a week is so, it's a lot goes on. Yeah, a lot goes on, but it seems like it gets back so quickly though. Maybe that's what it is. We get to look forward to it. That's what it is.
At the end of July. January.
July. Yeah. Jeez, OP. July. You ready for the hot weather, huh? That's what it is.
It's cold. It's been cold.
Yes.
It's so
Well,
cold
but you were off, right?
Yes, I was off, but it still was cold, and I had to run around. I had stuff I had to do.
Your mom says that you need to get closer to the mic. How about that?
Yeah,
because you don't have one.
I don't have a mic.
How about we do that?
Look,
and let's try to see.
Let's see. Can you hear me better now? Can you hear me?
It's a mic situation.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah. Microphone check.
Breaker 19. You can hear her better because my tone is higher, so I guess it will be harder to hear me than it will be feel because my tone is.
I usually get that.
It's high pitched.
I get the one. I get that. I get that a lot. Actually, people tell me your tone. I can't hear. It's that one tone.
But you can you hear me better, Mom?
Oh, she hasn't responded just yet.
I know. I'm waiting.
I know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, for the purposes of the show, we'll go ahead. So, we'll turn it up, we'll adjust, edit, all of that jazz when we get to go on here and try it on. She said, yes, that's better.
Oh, so you could tell the difference from when I had them for the mic.
Okay. So, thank you for being our guinea pig and sound check tech today. If you can let us know how I now sound, because it's kind of like a one mic situation. So we're gonna
be like this.
No, we just want to see if it actually is a matter of difference, like how you can actually hear us. So that would help if you can let us know that. But we'll dive into all of that. And again, for the purposes of the replay, we'll go ahead into the format of the show and introduce ourselves. I am Makita.
I am Rhonda.
And we are
Fuchsia Intelligence. Why?
Because Pinky and the brain was already taken.
We ain't want no smoke.
None of that smoke, no joke. All right. So we are going to be. I told the kids today to kind of set a timer because we want more viewers on YouTube now as well. So since we're stretching out, we want y'all all over the place with us. And we at a hot smoking 3. So that's me, you, and your mama.
And Uncle Charles.
Oh, so why they 4? That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, key is not as clear. That's what it is.
It's the mic.
No worries. But
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, you can hear me, right? So
we'll do it like this.
No, we won't do that. We won't do that.
Okay.
I'll talk a little louder. We'll get.
I'll put it on here like this.
Yeah, that's a good compromise.
You like that?
She's the smarter one in the bunch. So we wanted to go ahead. We want to catch up again because there is a week that goes by. So just kind of catching up on things that we did since the last time we saw you all. Anything exciting? Did you do anything during the week? You had your baby.
I went to I hung out with the grandbaby.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the dentist. Went to Secretary of State.
Mm-hmm.
Went visit with my lawyer. What else did I do? Went to I said I went to the dentist. Yeah. We doing good grief right now, or we just saying what we did?
We're just saying what we did because I already know where that's gonna go.
I got my car.
Have you gone? Because you went to the movies with the boys.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I went to the movies with the boys. That's because the movie was forgettable.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
That's because the movie was forgettable.
That's terrible. I'm glad then I felt kind of bad because I missed it. I was trying to go with you guys, but he called me. Did he tell you?
Yeah. Well, he was in the car with us. This is what's so funny. So, all right. So me, Davion, her son, Yanni, her son, my husband went to the movies, right? And Davion was meeting us there. Yanni was at my house because he hadn't seen the baby.
Right.
So he went and he was so cute. He was so cute. And I was like, no time soon, hun. No time soon. But he was so cute trying to hold that baby. She's so little, you know.
Yeah.
He was so cute.
And his hands are so big.
So big. It was like
his hands are huge.
It was so funny. So we leaving. We like, okay. I'm like, okay, it's time, time to go. I like to see the previews. Let's go. So we go to get in the car. He gets in the back of my car. We getting ready to pull off. He said, "Oh, I gotta go get mom." I'm like, "What?"
Hey, Michelle, welcome to the show, love.
Hey, Michelle.
That is hilarious.
Yeah,
I talked to him first thing in the morning. Or well, not first thing in the morning, but that's considering it's 11 or whatever. And what you got going on today, what's going on, and so we should be going to the movies. And I'm like, oh well, what do you guys want? He told me all of this and what time. He was like, I don't know, I'm looking it up now. I have to let Godmom know. So once I find out, I'll let you know too. I says, okay, when you text her, text me so I can be ready too. I didn't get that text, and I carried on.
Why you leave it up to him? You should have just texted me. He is horrible. I love my godson.
Yeah,
he's horrible.
He's bad. I left it too, and because I was moving around, rearranging furniture and stuff, and so then he called me. He was like, yeah, mom. So about the movie, and I was like, oh, that's right. What time y'all? I'm thinking about an hour. At least I get. He was like, yeah, I'm on my way. I was like, what? No, don't do me. No, I've never, no.
Well, you didn't miss anything.
Right. So
because the movie was horrible.
I don't feel so bad.
Look, I forgot that I even went to the movies. That's how bad the movie was.
Oh. Guys, chime into the comment section. Let us know what your week looked like, what you had going on. A good friend of mine came by. Hey, Ron. Good to see you. Michelle, I have to send you a friend request. We are now over on Gigi and Me, and Ron is on Gigi and Me. I think I saw like maybe he accepted my just to see your name over there. It's so cool. So I'm stretching out to honor my mom. So that was it for me for the week. I rearranged furniture and I changed my room around. That was great. I feel so much better.
When I was young,
Oh God.
when I was younger, no, my mom would tell you, I used to change my room around all the time. Like it would be like every 6 months. I'd be like, I need to change, and I would change, and it would feel like a different space. It's like a when you change it around, it's something just it changed your spirit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to do it all the time.
I absolutely love it, and it's really nothing. I moved my bed from one wall to the
other
other
wall. You really feel like you did something.
Honestly, hey Ralph.
Hey Ralph.
Thanks for chiming in. Yeah, it's but Rhythm loves the new space. It just I don't know. I don't know why. It's just a shift in energy. And
so the volume turned all the way up on your laptop.
I wonder. Think I should go over there.
Yeah,
and check
just check it right quick.
All right,
because that might make a difference.
it's just our family.
Yeah, it's just our family. Y'all be all right.
Check us out.
Yeah, see if that make a difference. Is it turned all the way up? Let's see.
Finding it. I'm finding it.
Can you hear us better now? Oh, it's turned all the way up.
It's the microphone situation.
It's just the microphone.
Yeah, we'll get it situated.
Yeah,
we'll get it figured out. That's no big deal. No big deal. But you can hear us though. It's just a little lower, maybe.
It may be lower. She said it wasn't as clear.
I got you. We'll get it together.
That whoever had a mic be more clear.
Okay.
But I got it right here. So I'll be like this. What's that you say? What's that? What's that? Like like for real. Huh?
Don't make me laugh. You know, I'm
sorry.
Situation. And I'm getting over this whole situation. But it's been cool for me because of the schools have been closed. And so with that, I have not had to work as either. So
that's a whole nother thing for a whole nother day. The things that we did versus the things that they do now. Because we ain't never missed no school because it was too cold.
Yes. And I've had this conversation with some parents and folks and friends only because I have duality, right? So I'm on both sides of the spectrum. And the purpose is it because here is the thing. Here is the why. Maybe you can help. I'll help. In our day, when we were in school, we walked.
Care about us. Go ahead.
No, we walked to school. We walked to school. There was a school on the corner. You went to Davidson School, or you might have walked maybe 2 blocks. You did not walk too far to school.
What school did you go to? I had to walk from Arlington all the way to Cleveland. That was far. That was far. I caught the bus my last year of school, but it took me 45 minutes to get to school.
Well, that's the thing. It's a lot of schools that have closed. You didn't walk 45 minutes. Did you walk 45 minutes?
Yes, it took me 45 minutes to get to school. Yes. Yes.
Let me quit. No, so the thing is
so they love us. They don't care. Yes.
No, so that is a lot of the schools have closed down. Yes.
Hey, Amy.
Hey, Amy. Thank you for chiming in. I'm going to get with you in 1 second. We're talking about the schools closing or why. So it's a lot of schools have closed. Okay, and so children bus to schools, and they don't have the time to get up that early to warm the buses up to get the kids. You would have to have the kids out at 5 a.m, and then the schools that are still open are older, and the furnace systems. You know, if you ever been in a DPS, to regulate the schools again, you would have to get them there at 5 a.m. to get them regulated at 7, because kids start school at 7. There are some kids that start school at 6:30. So it's just not enough time.
Uncle Charles gonna say it wasn't that far. It was far.
Partially because kids are soft and entitled, and they are coddled.
Yes,
that is too. And we've given them a voice. And we figured that, someone decided that, we care about how they feel.
Yeah, they care about the kids now.
And they,
Ralph said he walked too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, did you walk 45 minutes?
No, now, if Ralph walked to Hallie, that school was far. Ralph, you had to walk all the way to Hallie? That's a long way. It was a 10-minute drive.
Yeah. Well, thanks to the millennials and the open, hey.
Oh, yeah, in the cold and in the dark, Amy. Would you tell her?
Hey, this is true.
It wasn't no around the block.
And you walked in packs.
Mm-hmm.
You
did walk in packs.
But
you used to walk from Lowly to Cleveland. That wasn't close. Mm-hmm. That wasn't no 2 weeks. You don't remember.
I don't.
But that wasn't no 2 blocks.
Listen, schools have all now closed. They're not.
She's just making excuses.
I'm telling you, these are the wives that we're getting. They have to bus more. They depend on public transportation.
Yeah,
schools are, kids are going out of. It's far. That's all.
Cleveland was 20 minutes away. It wasn't 20 minutes. Blocks. It was 45 minutes because we had to stop at the donut shop.
I'm like, 45, you walked 45 minutes?
Yeah, because we had to get cocoa and donuts.
See there. You had to pick up your friends. It was a whole, I got you. From Bagley to Hallie.
Yeah.
The son was walking home from school with your friends.
It was.
It really was.
It really was.
So kids just, they get picked up, dropped off. That's why they don't have coats these days. Kids don't have coats. They don't have boots. Because they get picked up, they get dropped off. They don't. That's the.
We used to pick up and drop off our kids, and they was right up. How close Bagley is to us.
Entitled, like Amy said. And speaking of Amy, congratulations on your upcoming nuptials. My goodness.
Yes.
I saw the tag when you guys got your license and all of that jazz. So I am following. Congratulations again on that. And your
she is manager.
Yes. So in Livonia, we got the scoop. We're gonna come in deep. You feel that? Okay, we coming in there deep, and we gonna love on you. We won't fuss on you. I promise. We gonna come in there. We gonna help you manage that thing. Yes, we loved our children, but we had to work, so you all had to walk. It was a long walk because I had to do it. Yeah, she did it too as a child.
And it wasn't no 20 minutes, was it, Mama? It was longer than that. Uncle Charles don't know the time. Guys, they don't know. They can't tell time for real. He's about it was 20 minutes.
I know you didn't walk 45 minutes.
It was. If it was snow outside, it definitely was 45 minutes.
Oh my God!
I'm not exaggerating.
That's awful.
It was.
My cousin Angela is in the building. Hey. Olivia is watching us from wherever you are, Olivia. Thank you for chiming in. She remembered having to put bags in her boots because her boots would leak. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, so you had to put You have to put like plastic wear on your snow boots.
Isn't that something?
Because the snow was so high. The snow was so high it would get inside your boot. You had on a whole snowsuit.
Oh my God.
And they still didn't stop you. They didn't have no snow days. You still went to school.
This is true.
It had to be a blizzard. It had to be a complete whiteout for you to not go to school.
This is true. Talk to the people in Atlanta. They completely shut down absolutely everything at the first sign of snow.
Rest. Yes.
The first sign of snow.
Not even an inch. They're
shutting
everything
it down.
is done.
Shutting it down.
Florida had a lot of snow. Florida had a lot of snow.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now, that is the sign of the times.
Man.
When was the last time Florida got snow?
For a revolution. Hey.
Amy said bread bags. What are bread bags?
That's what she probably used on her feet. The bread
that's
bag.
Right. Oh my God. No way. You put bread bags on your shoes? They would make us sound so poor. Jeez, OP. see. That's something. Hey, thank you for getting your cousin. So nothing in Nebraska. No snow yet in Nebraska. Well, I need to get down to Nebraska.
Okay.
Is it cold? What is the temperature in Nebraska?
It's not. It just got into the teens here. It was like 8 for the longest, and it was like -2 this morning.
Yeah. So we've been out all week. We're finally gonna go back tomorrow. I finally will go ahead and dive on. She dragged her moon boots and they leaked. Oh my God. A prediction of snow is shutting us off. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. New
Orleans got snow.
They
Wow.
They did.
Wow.
I am looking forward to New Orleans. I am anticipating going to the Super Bowl festivities.
Nice.
I don't think that I'm going to go to the actual game, but there are some surrounding events that I have been invited to, and walking the red carpet as an NFL mom.
Okay.
So I'll be able to, I'm looking, I just want to do that. And so we'll see. But the hotels and all of that has been so crazy. And I just don't want to spend all of that money just for that.
It's going to be a lot.
So I'm going to see if I find a good enough, deal now that we know that the Lions are not going. Maybe a lot of people, a lot of people have given up their rooms,
right,
canceled, because a lot of the hotels and things were like on lock for that. So, that was a terrible loss. They lost bad too. If you guys saw that game, it was so they bad. Lost bad. So we just kind of dived on into things. We have not gotten into good grief.
I know, right?
Good grief is a portion of the show. We, along with catching up with the week, just how our mental is. Anything that we bumped into that was a stumper, or any aha, yay moments that we wanted to put an extra emphasis on and highlight. What you got?
So on Monday, I woke up and I had an itch on my face.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. Yeah. My cellulitis is acting up. So if you guys ever had that, it's very uncomfortable. It's very itchy. It's very painful. And I have it like on the side of my face. I got my face covered so you can't really see it. It's going away now because I'm on antibiotics. But it's just such a pain. And I'm like, oh, what can I do? So the doctor that I actually was talking to, she said, so it keeps coming? And I was like, yes, I don't know what it is. And I was like, I seen a infectious disease doctor, and they couldn't figure it out. They was like, just bathe more. Like, oh, okay, thanks.
See, and that would be me. Like, I'll be like, change the pillowcase.
We don't know.
It could be nerves.
What I got to be nervous about?
Well,
I'm good now.
Not nervous, just
like stress.
Yeah, it could be.
I wonder if my lack of plainness has anything to do with it as well. So hopefully this steroid that I'm about to get, I just got some new medicine, $85.
Jeez.
So hopefully that helps. So I have lack of plainness in my cheeks. I have to be mindful of like acid, spicy foods, like cinnamon. Things like that I have to be mindful because it like hurts my cheeks. They become inflamed and they're affecting my gums.
So you can't eat red hots.
No.
That sucks.
No, I don't.
You're missing out on life.
No, I don't eat. I don't eat a lot of hot stuff like I used to anymore. I mean, I can eat it. It just I know I'm gonna have a reaction. So I just gotta be mindful. So I just kind of stay away from it. Yeah.
I've been doing really good at this. Me and Angie were just discussing that we are seeing folks our age pass away, and it's getting depressing. Realizing we're on the down slope of life. Oh yeah, it does put you in a. It does put you in a mindset. We are older, and so you don't think about it until you're here, and
like I had when my friend that was my best friend at work, just at work. She's just my best friend at work, but she died of cancer, so you can't do all that. She died of cancer, but we was the same. We was the same age, so that really like hit me like, dang, like and she was healthy, like so we thought, she went in for a hysterectomy, and they found lumps and all kind of stuff. So
I mean, it is cliche to say, but you absolutely just never know. You never know.
My mom always says
never
you
know.
could be here today and gone today.
This is true. This is true. In an instant. So good grief for me. Funny. Full moment of transparency. We kind of talked about we were going to dive into this thing a little bit today. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm prepping myself. I wanted to talk about, so last week on the show I discussed, my betrayal, and and so I got a couple of calls, and a couple of friends came over. The worst part was telling my son, because again, like up until that point, I had not told anyone, and so the worst part, I think, of all of it was telling my son, because when I was out of town, I kept telling him, "Oh, something ain't right in Denmark. I just don't. Something ain't right." And so he kept saying, "No, Ma,
Yeah, give him a chance.
Hey, maybe not, maybe not." And so I had to tell him I was right. And he just, his face, and he, because I pride myself, or I've tried to pride myself on not dating with my children. I try to, I tried to keep it separate. But this was, a bit more involved than usual. And so, just full transparency. You went through your story last week, and so this one hurt a bit more. So here's the thing: I did not even get a chance to announce that I was in a relationship. So I was, we were. It was. I kept saying no, no, no. I was reluctant to, dive into that thing. And I didn't want to look forward to it. I kept saying, no, 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 I don't think so. And I kept with you, I'm like, no, no, no. So when I finally decided to dive into that thing and really,
wasn't even like 2 weeks in.
As soon as I decided to say yes, in it just, I did. We were gonna. I was finally gonna announce it on the show, Mom. I know, like I talked to you. Hey, Ryan. I know I talked to you like a couple of weeks prior to, and I was considering saying it on the show, because I was priding myself on being single on our platform, and I just, not gonna do this whole relationship thing, but we kept dabbling on the idea of it, and I was trying to be conscious of his feelings, because I'm, being single, and being approached and commentary, and presenting myself as single. And so trying to honor his feelings that he said he didn't have or whatever. And so I said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this thing. I'm gonna go. We're okay. And so finally deciding to, like, show and prove, right? Facebook relationship status updates, keys exchange, like the whole deal, like for real, for like, I'm serious, for real, this time, like, I want to show and tell and prove. And so it just hurts that I didn't even get, it's like we legit said we're going to announce it on the next show. I'm finally going to go ahead and say I'm in a relationship. And
she ain't.
I'm not.
But you got this.
I do. My girlfriend came by, and I guess it stung, because like I said, I wasn't telling anybody. And so she came by, and I swear, I thought she was going to go to his house. She was like, what? Oh, he needs like, she going to send the mob. Like, she was on her way down there to knock on the door. And I was like, no.
Sorry.
No. People just have to be who they are. And
People always be
I want to
people.
say, like, as to my friends, like, what's really helping me is that I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who don't want to be in a relationship with me. I don't want anyone that's faking and, doing something that they don't want to do. And, it's not fair to him. It's not fair to him if this isn't what he wants. So, that's hard. It's just like people who don't like avocados, right? And people who like avocados don't understand people who don't like avocado. What you mean? That's the best thing since sliced bread. But ooh, you like avocado. So you have to, right? And so I'm avocado. Okay. I'm fine with being avocado. Some people like avocados. And I'll just be.
Well, don't be avocado because I don't like avocados. Hey, something else. Be a banana. I like bananas.
Well, you don't like them in banana pudding.
I like bananas.
Other people, okay,
that's the other folks that's crazy
gotcha.
that don't like banana in banana pudding when it's in the name.
That's a messed up. Amy. Listen, honey.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I'm glad you aren't hanging on to a cheater that don't deserve your love.
Amen to that.
This is true.
So we're gonna dive on into this.
We're gonna dive on into this episode here of Future Intelligence. If you guys have been following along, again, thank you for that. The topic of the show today is ALS. I know you guys have been hearing our journey, my journey with my mom passing. Excuse me. She passed away with ALS. So ALS is amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. I may be jacking that up. Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. It is a muscular degenerative disease. Look, I gotta say it slow because
that's a mouthful.
That's a mouthful.
And by the way, we are not experts.
Oh,
we only are experts in the experience that we had with dealing with this particular disease. But we are not by means doctors, no MDs, nothing in front of our name. No. We can only tell you how we experience what she's about to go through.
This is right. So disclaimer. Always want to start with those disclaimers. Always want to start. So, again, it is a muscular degenerative disease. So what that means is that it's gradually over time stops working. It's a fatal disease. There is no cure currently for ALS. A lot of people, so Michael J. Fox, a lot of people, like when I have, I've experienced, a lot of people say like, oh, is that like what Michael J. Fox has?
No.
It is not. It is not. So Michael J. Fox has Parkinson's. There are, hey, Miss Ruby, thank you so much for chiming in. Ruby is the realtor. Ruby the realtor. If you guys need any real estate help, click on Miss Ruby. Just tuned in. So yes, it is progressive, fatal. There is no cure, and there is no rhyme or reason. There is no. There are no. I was talking about Michael J. Fox. I'm sorry. As it relates to celebrities, Stephen Hawkins is really the only one. Well, Lou Gehrig's is who the disease was named after. So ALS is legit Lou Gehrig's disease, or another name for Lou Gehrig's disease. So Stephen Hawkins. I don't know if you guys look at The Big Bang Theory, the show. I know you've watched it. So that's like their idol, the guy that's in the wheelchair, and so there is. If you have to put a celebrity to it, but nobody knew what all of that was, or we didn't know what all of that was, who all of that was. We just knew that my mom's legs weren't working well. So Lou Gehrig's disease is where your muscles lose their ability to function, weakness that leads, yes,
Mhm.
weakness that leads to death. Yes, because if you guys think about it, or if you can put a mind on all of the things that your muscles are responsible for. You know, all of the things that we just take for granted, lifting our arms, standing, sitting, chewing,
I was gonna say breathing.
breathing,
Mhm.
swallowing, like muscles, muscles help you do all of that stuff. And so, in my mom's case, because everyone that suffers from ALS, I do want to say that experiences the symptoms differently and have a different lifestyle journey behind it. Generally, it is said to be more common in white men. So it's extremely rare. Um, it's extremely rare all across the gambit, but even more so rare for my mom as a Black woman. Um, there are no um, ways to get it. It's not like you can
Like nothing that you can catch or
right. It's not like contagious or it's and
does it run in the genes?
so great question. I'm glad that you asked because that was my concern for myself, of course. There is no known genetic component to it, but it's a less than 1% familial. I'm sorry, less than 10% familial chance that it is
Be passed down.
that it can be passed down to generation. And because they don't know how you can get it, they don't know how to tell that you know you have it, or
you have
that
the markers.
you can have right to pass it down. So you know, as her daughter, of course, I'm concerned for myself, and so this journey that I'm on now with Gigi and me is to honor my movement or honor the lack of her movement, or I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to be documenting just moving because she was not able to. Um, she was not able to. So genetic or definition wise, it is progressive fatal neurodegenerative disease that affects motor neurons in the brain and the spine. Um, and so again, degenerative is gradually deteriorating over time. My young neighbor has ALS. He has 4 children. She found out because she couldn't no longer hold a cup in her right hand. Oh. Right. And it just comes up on you. So how we found out, my mom again, she kept dropping stuff.
She kept falling.
She
kept falling. Like
falling.
Like all the time. Like what is going on? Like what?
Just falling. And we could.
She was driving, picking up her leg, putting it on the gas pedal. You remember that?
I'm so glad you mentioned that. She had been suffering for quite some time, without saying anything. She just was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. My leg, is just a little weak, or I don't know what's wrong with me. You know, just little thing, loss of, muscle cramps, problem swallowing, but that just kind of came at the end. But I'm getting calls. My mom has fallen in Target, and like stranger, if she don't want to go to the doctor, she don't, strangers are, helping her get, like, come and get your mom, these kinds of things. And so ultimately I moved closer to her. I did not move in with her right away. She's extremely prideful as well. Um, but I moved closer to her because I was getting calls at like,
because she
kept falling.
She kept falling. Like she kept. It's a miracle that she didn't break like her arm, or leg, or because she was. It was at least like once every 2 to 3 weeks she was falling.
Yeah, and bad falls.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And and so I moved closer, and that is when I discovered her driving. She legit, my mother was driving
And she was everybody's taxi cab.
with lifting. Yeah, she was taking the kids to school.
She's taking my kids to school.
And where she's lifting her foot to the pedals. And because you don't even just this, that is, she just could not, you don't take for granted, like just movement. And that's when we took her keys away.
Yeah, like
I
you
had
can't
to
drive like that.
That was
You driving our babies.
Yes. And so, and it just we can laugh now.
Yeah,
right?
but it was like
it was
scary.
like,
yeah, like what is you doing?
But she was extremely prideful, and like she was gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Because she was always on the go. Always, she was never at home. Always on the go.
And so I guess she didn't want to know what was wrong, because it was gonna stop her, or whatever. But so we finally took the keys. That was step one. And then I moved in. The last fall was at 4 a.m, and she was going to go to the bathroom, and she fell and hit her toe on her nightstand.
I remember that.
And
she broke her toe, did she?
It was almost off.
Yeah.
It was the toe was hanging off. Blood, and she could not get up. And so that's when I finally decided to move in, because just you can't get calls at 4 a.m. It's easier to go to the next room than it is to get clothes on, start the car, and get over here. And so anyone can get it. More commonly, it's with ages 40 to 70 is when folks are generally diagnosed. And my mom was, I don't remember how old. Oh, that's awful. I guess I should have just. She was 60 something, maybe.
It was like 66.
I don't remember when she was actually diagnosed, because
was it 2018?
Maybe because COVID was 19, so then we shut down, and I shut down with her, and so
I think it was
maybe 18.
It might have been 20. It was between 2016, 2017, something like that.
She's better.
Yeah.
So we just it's more prevalent at the age of 55 when it's like men, again, white men. So generally they are diagnosed around the age of 55, and so she's finally, we did all of these tests. We kept going to doctors,
staying at rehabilitation centers,
MRIs,
oh my
EKGs,
God, so much.
EEGs, all of these ABCs, LMNOPs. We finally ended up at the University of Michigan. Medical team. And so I think maybe they don't want to give you that diagnosis, or they try like everything or eliminate everything else before they give you that diagnosis, because again, there is no cure. So when you are given that diagnosis, you are pretty much telling someone you got 3 to 6 months to live. Generally, with the diagnosis or upon the diagnosis, they give you 5 to 7 years. They give you like 5 to 7 years to live once you have been diagnosed. But again, that is based on when you are diagnosed, because you should have been diagnosed like 3 years ago.
Hey, Luan.
And so, hey, Luan, thanks for tuning in. And so, I think we may have gotten 5 years out of it, I think, after the diagnosis, of course. We dealt with her symptoms for about 10 years. And just her not being a white male, they probably weren't thinking ALS at
Probably.
Yeah, at first. Yeah. Yeah, because they go into the with a black female, you go into the diabetes, you go into the
Stroke.
yeah, all of that. High blood pressure,
Mhm.
hypertension, and another sickle cell anemia. Those were the
Black diseases.
air quote black diseases, right? And so yes, just getting that diagnosis, it was just a process of elimination, and that is, what we came up to. So then you are trying to be educated um, in the short period of time that you have left with the disease. So because it takes you that long to get that, it takes you longer to get diagnosed than you have time to learn what to do with it or what to expect, or and so by the time she had been diagnosed, we were already at the worst part of
Yeah,
it.
because she almost like she wasn't walking really.
She was not. She couldn't
She
walk.
had a little walker, but she really couldn't walk that well.
We started with cane, then we went to
Walker.
then we went to wheelchair, then we went to bed. And so it just, it was gradual for me or us. It seemed fast, I guess. But for the people that came by to visit or talk to her or see her, it's just like the next time you saw her, it was just like, wow, she was more bound to the wheelchair, because before you could see her get up and at least pushing the mobility vehicular thing. But when the bid whist games stopped,
yeah, that's when it was rough already, because it was like from how I experienced.
Yes, what was your experience?
My experience. So because she didn't want to be a burden to you. And she was like, she didn't want you to not be able to do things. She didn't want you to not. So she would, when I would talk to her, it was all, I'm comic relief. So I was all about trying to make her laugh and keep her, because we would just be on the phone and she would just cry. Like, I hate this happening. I'm like, that makes me uncomfortable. So I'm like, so I would be on the phone. Me and Ralph would be in the car, like going grocery shopping, and she was just. And he was like, one time I had got the phone, and I was, by the end, I always have her laughing and joking, and then by the end, I'd be so like white, like from trying to, keep her entertained. And he was like, he said, "Is that every conversation?" I'm like, "That's every conversation." At least I would say, because I would talk to her. We would send
the messenger,
me and her messenger. It was every day, but I would probably talk to her probably like once every 2 weeks, where we would have like our long conversations, and it was just some days would just really really bad days, and she would just cry, and then some days we would just laugh and joke and talk about nothing, and she would ask me about the strange movies that she gave horrible clues on for me to try to guess, or I would come over and just sit with her and we would just laugh and joke or whatever. I wouldn't even see Keith.
Right.
I would just come and sit with her and just laugh and joke. But the days when she was like really, she just didn't want to be a burden to you.
Yeah.
And so she would just be like, and she would tell me, she was like, just take care of your sister. Because she would never call her my friend. She always called her sisters. And she was like, just make sure you take care of yourself. I'm like, I got her, Ma, I got her, but you ain't going nowhere. That's what I was like, you too stubborn to go. You ain't going nowhere. She'd be like, I don't want to go. I'm like, okay, well, then stay.
Oh, Rhonda, she's glad that you were there for her. My mother-in-law confided so much more in me than her own children. She didn't want to be a burden. I hid them from the truth. Yeah. She, and that is something. That is the first thing that goes. Is their independence, and that is for someone like my mom who
very independent.
Was
Like
gone.
get up and go. She was. I'm telling you, when I used to spend the nights over her house, it was because we ain't had no adult supervision.
I mean, it's legit. And just just on the go. And she was always taking care of folks, entertaining.
Yes.
The parties and the such, and the crafting and the staging and the
decorating.
That was
hemming clothes,
her thing.
Sewing, like just.
And so when she was unable to do that, that is pretty much when it was over. And so I think that was what made it easier for me, or maybe, I don't know, it's never easy. I guess that's a hard word to say. Easy is a hard word to say. You were a true friend, sister. Yes, indeed, she was. Yes, indeed, she was. Or is.
Yes,
my bad.
Yes. I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I knew that she was, so I tried my best to keep her lifted as well, and reassure her that it was not even a job for me. I could not see it any other way. And I heard it all the time when I would take her to the center, or, oh my God, you're doing so well with your mom. And, oh my God, you're on your, because I did her hair. I took, make sure I decorated her room, for God's sake. She was only going to be there for 2 days, and I would come in there with vases and flowers and a duvet for the bed, window stickies.
To make it so it wouldn't be so like
hostility.
Yeah.
And so they, legit kept saying that, but so this being in it and seeing, hearing it, how folks just don't have that. And they don't have loved ones that come to visit. They don't have the support. They don't have anyone to really legit call on the phone. And so the people that work there are like their family. I don't know. I didn't see it any other way. I could not. I don't know. I couldn't see it any other way. I guess there were different options, maybe to put her in a home or something. I guess that might have been an option, but I didn't see it any other way. And I just legit got the tools that I needed to care for her around the house. I didn't ask any doctors what I needed. I knew what I needed. I could not lift her, so I got a lift. I Googled, how can I lift her? And so I bought a lift to help me lift her from her bed, to put her into her chair. And and we just did what we needed to do. And so ultimately, again, if you think about all of the things that your muscles are responsible for, your movement, urination, your muscles pump your blood to your heart. Your heart is a muscle.
Being able to push out stool.
Being able to push out stool. Even constipation, your body still, your muscles are still contracting and making that happen. So, she did not have that. Circulation, respiratory. So all of these things. So ultimately, my mom did succumb to these symptoms, and you just, she wasn't getting the air. Your lungs are not opening and contracting.
And it was getting to the point where she couldn't feed herself. Like she I mean, it was like just at that point. She had just had the Thanksgiving. Like that was the last Thanksgiving. Was the last time she was actually able to, like, then you still was like feeding her then, I think. So but it was the last time she was able to enjoy some food. Like
swallowing. Yes. Yes, Erica, swallowing. So she wasn't able to get it down. You girls have always been here for us. Even when I had lung cancer, you was there for me. God brought you girls together to be there for each other. Oh, yeah. Well, you were there first. So, you and my mom, and then, your mom and her mom. And so, yes. Yes, we are indeed. That is a part of our story. So that is, guys, we just kind of wanted to, that is our journey with ALS. If I don't know if you had any questions. I guess we didn't give you enough time for any questions.
If you have questions, you can ask them. We're not on a time thing for real. That's just the time we gave ourselves.
We're gonna go ahead
But
and wrap things up.
key points to remember, and I think I did some of these things, but if you have a friend or relative or anything that is being a caregiver for someone, especially for someone who you know is not going to be around, maybe for the foreseeable future, some things you can do is, validate their feelings. It's okay to let them know it's okay to be overwhelmed. It's they're going through a really tough time. Make sure that you are saying that to them so that they know, somebody else understand. Well, maybe not so much understand, but can empathize with what's going on. Offer specific. What she said. Would you like me to sit with the loved one while you go take a break? Can I pick up groceries for you? Or things like that. Because so she would go to the games, I would go and sit with her, have snacks. Because me and my snacks.
Yes. Absolutely help. Yeah, we did not dive into. I guess that was my journey as being her caregiver. It's something. Those dual roles, being a daughter and a caregiver, it was indeed extremely challenging for me. She was extremely prideful, and vain, and so it made it difficult. She did not want me to see her that way, and so it finally got to be that way. Like, if not me, then who? It's just me and you, kid. And so, just seeing her naked, just, vulnerable, and, like we said, urination and the continence, problems. She did not want to go to friends' houses. She didn't, because, yeah, just think of how many times you're sitting there, when do you go to the bathroom? And so she didn't want to go to, and the wheelchair and accessibility into folks' homes and things like that.
Gosh, prom.
Oh, got stuck in the mud outside.
Got stuck in the rain.
Yeah,
like we couldn't get the rain.
I'm
like outside in the rain with her with the umbrella.
Yes. So this will be my opportunity now to be able to tell my story as a caregiver, and to be able to tell the things that she was going through, because she did not want to discuss it at all.
Yeah, it was like a non-factor.
It was a non-factor. She was not she did not want to discuss it at all. She was angry.
Yeah, because as soon as she did, the tears were coming. She didn't want to be weak in front of everybody.
Yeah, she was extremely prideful and angry about.
Because some days she wouldn't even let me come see her, and I was getting mad. I was like, "Listen, you can't call me your daughter, and then I can't come see you.
Please, I was living here, and then don't come in here." Or she didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
But yeah, she did.
She eventually got over it, and I was able to see her. But I used to be so mad. I'm like, "Look at here, lady."
Oh my goodness, you have no idea what I had to go through for you to come over.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because I used to yell. I'm like, "Look!" When I got mad at her, I called her lady.
Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. I don't even think of myself as a strong woman. I legit it was my mom. I didn't see it. Like I said, I did not see it any other way. I could not see it any other way.
I told you all the time, you was a good one. You was a good one.
Yeah, I just couldn't see it any other way.
I was so proud of you. I really, you was just
wow. I mean, picking my mom up. That's just like
just
done. Yes. You know. So
she wasn't light. She was not frail.
Not a small fry.
No, she wasn't missing no meal.
Okay.
I was bringing her Culvers at the end. She loved them Culvers and the dang on honey barbecue chicken nuggets and chicken hot wings.
Our strong women have each other's back, and ain't even talking about losing the matriarch. I always tell that I'm nothing without my independence. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So that was legit. When she couldn't go to the casino and couldn't go to Michael's, listen, yo, she couldn't crab. Yeah,
Listen,
her
that's a
life
big
was
one.
over already. She
Mhm.
was like, put the dirt on me. I'm done. I can't go
Mhm.
to Michael's. And so
She did not want that feeding tube though. That's all she'll say. She was like,
She-
I would not
anything but that
I
too.
would not do that feeding tube. So,
Yeah.
and it was getting to that point.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah. So that is again our journey here
Yes.
with ALS, guys, and you are going to be hearing more about it. Please, again, make sure that you are following us over on Gigi and Me Foundation. There will be events, fundraisers, all of that jazz. There's a link for donating. So we are going to be giving to the ALS Association, just helping with Find a Cure. But in the meantime, our main focus and goal is to care for them while they are here. Care for their caregivers, because again, it is a struggle. It is a journey. Just taking them out of the house for a day, it costs about $500 just for the day. So our goal again is to raise funds just to help them feel good just for one more day, because they just don't know when that last one is, right? So if you guys can help us with that journey, I would so greatly appreciate you. Like, comment, share all of the stuff that folks tell you to do, right?
yeah.
All right. So we love you. We appreciate you. Whatever you do, make sure that you are kind when you're doing it and genuine when you are doing it as well. We love you and we mean it. And remember,
It costs nothing to be nice.
so get on out there and exchange some currency. We love you guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Future intelligence.
I got it at Duster, y'all.
Bye.